Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live. For the first time ever, the week close of silver's price has reached, wait for it, actually you don't have to wait for it because you can see it on your screen, above $50 an ounce. But don't celebrate too much because it is still below that in the bid price, and I think that's where the technical and analyst look to see the actual marks and psychological points of contention there of where the metals prices go. So we're still about 11 cents shy of $50 an ounce for the close, but for the ask price, we're above 50. We're going to go ahead and celebrate that anyway. It is a win, especially considering what happened way early in the morning when it reached over $51. I think we're going to get there again too. So there it is. Welcome one and all. Glad you're here. It is unprecedented times in the silver market, as I've talked about in my video that I posted this afternoon. Part 2, even though it's not really referred to as such, will be out tomorrow morning. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow morning's video. It's going to put everything and wrap it all together, explaining what's going on, at least as best I can. There's obviously a lot more details and things going on, but I hope you will not miss that video tomorrow. Good to see you guys. Hope you all are doing great. Good to see you all here. Welcome. We're going to get right into some of your comments over the past day or two here. If I get down here a little bit, we've got happened. Some of the shorter comments I made just to heart and move on, but let's get into some of these here. Same name chimes in here on this video from this morning. I take small losses and I give out 10 ounces of silver to each of my kids. Now, they're just about grown, and I know the value of gold and silver as I make the whole house listen to PM talk. Time will tell if I've done my job right. Indeed. Yes. But that's a good. You're spreading the message, passing it on to the next generation. To me, that's what it's about. Yes, indeed. Good to see you guys. And I'm going to apologize in advance. I feel like I'm on the mend, but my voice is still not 100%, so you might hear me cough a little bit or clear my throat. I do apologize for that, but I appreciate you guys putting up with me. There's just too much going on in the world today, that's for sure. But glad you guys are here. Welcome. Good crowd with us tonight. We got a lot of good folks here. Lisa Anderson is here. The Coin Collecting Fund is here. Dark Age Metals is here. Good to see you guys. Armistice Day, Eddie's Little Stack. Welcome. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, I think, is here as well. Good to see you guys. Silver Shelby. Good crowd with us tonight. All right. So the Van Man on this morning's video says the following. What a great and generous statement that was, Sal. I try and do the same as the younger generation needs to get the financial education that they're not receiving in school. Indeed, that's right. They sure do. Yep. Yeah, let's see here. And, yep, I agree. They need the education. They don't teach financial literacy in elementary school, in middle school anymore, at least not that I've heard. In fact, I honestly don't think I got much of an education when I was a kid back in 1904. But anyways, all right, we're good. All right, let's see here. Yeah, a little bit better, Mr. and Miss West Texas. A little bit better, still a little ways to go. Whenever this thing hit my throat, it stays with me for longer than it should, but I am slightly better. Very, very good. All right. Let's see here. And let's see. We have got here from the Silver Trigger. People laughed at me when I was buying silver for $13 to $18 an ounce. Yeah, I know, I hear you. Look at you now, though. Great job buying it back then, that's for sure. And let's see here. And let's see. Okay, now this one here, clickbait. Why is it clickbait? I can't tell you what gets me more riled up than people accusing my titles of being clickbait. They don't have any idea what it means. And so I would block this guy, but I'm going to let him stand. Hopefully he'll hear my response. If you're going to accuse me of clickbait, you got to tell me why. If you don't tell me why, your comment's going to get deleted at the very least, and you'll probably get blocked. But yes, indeed, because this is not a clickbait. Everything I talked about in this video is exactly what the title represents. It's insane. You're the only one that said that. Anyways, let's see here. Okay. Now, KazexQ1 here says this. For the last several years, I have picked up random Christmas-themed 1-ounce rounds when I find them at my LCS, then use them as stocking stuffers for my family members and close friends. Plus, I always carry a Benji in my pocket for when I see my grandsons. Also, give a half gold back in addition to normal fiat tip, and let them know it's just for them and not part of the tip pool. There you go, exactly. Great job, XX. That's awesome. All right. And good to see you guys. Welcome. Brian Marr is here. Bill Button is here. Northern Hillbilly is with us. Michael K is here. Their check stacker and Rich. Good to see you guys. All right. And let's see here. Yeah, Lisa Anderson posted a video, showed it. Yeah, if you get a chance, check that video out. I forget the title of it, but it is something that's never been seen before or something like that. Fulfilled a promise. If one of my moderators can post a link to that video, I'm just going to run through these here. But anyways, Bob KLS, I do too, mostly young clerks at the store. They love it. I tell them you can always buy a pizza for 50 cents. There you go, exactly. Great analogy. Ron Mueller, also more people should be educated to the buy and hold mentality. Well, that's what I try to do. That's one of the main themes of this channel, is buy and hold. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. We got Dean R. We appreciate Dean R. Good to see you, Dean. Is he here tonight? He says, have been giving silver to my kids and grandkids for the last few years just to get them started. My 10-year-old grandson has a silver bug now. That is awesome. And it's all thanks to Grandpa Dean. That is awesome. Way to go. In fact, it was my grandfather who got me into coin collecting. Yes, indeed. That's right. And I will say this is a little bit of breaking news. My grandfather was a whole lot older than I was at the time. I mean, so old he could have been my grandfather as well as my granddad. But anyways, let's see here. Okay. Bill Arrington says, I remember as a child getting a silver coin or two on Christmas or the birthday. I think that's how a lot of us started. I do the same with my kids and grandkids. My oldest is 14, and he's really starting to get into it. It's really cool to sit and fill an album with him, and when we're done, I give it to him to finish. That's awesome, Bill. That's a wonderful thing. You guys are doing great. Hello, Mustard and Biscuits. Good to see you. Yes, indeed. Very good. And let's see here. We've got Nathan Brower on this video from this morning. Says the following here. I heard the refineries are not accepting constitutional silver right now. Has anyone else heard this? Yes. Talked about that in this evening's video. They're not accepting not just constitutional, but other types of silver too. Yes, indeed. All right. And I will be touching more on that tomorrow's video, but there's a lot more going on than just that. But you'll stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'll be discussing more on that. Let's see here. We've got Annie Oakley here on this video. Says the following. For about the last 5 years, I've been letting family members choose between a round or an eagle or a Benjamin. Hope they're all paying attention now. Good stuff, Sal. Well, that's great. Annie Oakley, you have been spreading the message far and wide to your family, and that's great. Educating them. They will pay attention if you give them a silver coin. Yes, indeed. All right. We got Four Wheels from Rob. Says, love the fact about any old constitutional silver. The history is very intriguing. It really is. It's fascinating. You never know what has been going on during the time of the year of issue of said coin. And to me, that's part of the fun about it. Good to see Coins A to Z. Rick Koritz is here. Good to see Bill 457, as well as Joe Foland. Let's see here. North Star Stacker. I got several people stacking because I explained that old silver coinage has silver in it and is worth something. And now it has been and always will be real money. Exactly, North Star. Excellent advice. That is awesome. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, spot price of plastic. Yes, indeed. There is no spot price in plastic unless you can do the math on the oil that it took to create that plastic. That's the only way that there's spot price on that, and that's by the barrel. All right, Anton Carey. Do coin shops use COMEX or Kitco pricing? Well, it just depends on the coin shop. One of my local coin shops uses their vendors' prices, and their prices, and everybody uses different prices, it seems like. So when you buy your rounds in silver, you're buying it based off of what they say the spot price is. In reality, it should be just one source for everything. The spot price. But honestly, there is the spot price, I think, is Kitco. It is the most accurate and most consistent. They use TradingView and a number of different methods and forms to be able to provide that, and TradingView. And so I think that is the most concise and accurate spot price that there is. And so that's what I would use. But we can't get everybody to agree. And by the way, Kitco is a dealer themselves. They actually sell precious metals too. Got a new subscriber from Joseph Gaskill. Thank you, Joseph. All right. Matt Wingy is here. Good to see you. And let's get back over here to the comments. David Davey says here, gave silver rounds to my grandkids. That's great. Give them to your grandkids. Last year to point out differences between what at one time was equivalent to a silver dollar compared to a paper fiat dollar. It opened their eyes when I pointed out how much the metal round was worth in fiat. Yep, great lesson. Great way to show it. That's a great representation for sure. Long Live Coins is here. Good to see you. And welcome. Good to see all of you guys here with us tonight. Zeph.io is here. And let's see here. Richard Metcalf says here, I think that my grandkids got it when I was trying to educate them about silver. To my surprise, my granddaughter called me and told me she has pulled 350 face from her job as a cashier in 1 year. That's great. She checks every coin now. The year instead of constitutional, I'm giving them each an MS-70 ASC on their birth year. Way to go, Richard. That is awesome. Very, very cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's move on up here and see what we've got. We've got this from Ed Satter. On this says here, let me get over to it. He says, at least Bitcoin dropped like a stone. I want to watch this bastard jumping out of windows when it completely crashes. Well, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but hey, we're holding on to our silver. We're going to hang tight in there and see what happens. And to me, it's immaterial as to what Bitcoin does, honestly, at this point. To me, honestly, I think the fact that silver is holding its own and continuing to rise and holding on to some of these gains, if we can hold on to 50 for a good amount of time, I think we might be in a new level with silver. We'll see here. All right. Oh, wait, look at this. We just got this here. Michael K. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. He gave me a reprieve on push-ups, and he sent me a PayPal friends and family donation. Very nice of Michael K. He says, Sal, for working hard through your illness. No push-ups. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. First act of kindness tonight. Thank you so much, Michael. Undeserving of your kindness, and I really appreciate that. Rob Moran is here. Good to see you. Thank you. That's so kind of you, Michael. Thank you. Thank you again, my friend. All right. All right. Let's see here. Wicked Sticky Flowers says here, trying to get my 11-year-old daughter into it. At first, she wasn't all that interested in the value of silver itself, but showing her coins from different countries got her attention and interest. She likes collecting foreign coins regardless of value. Hopefully, that would become more important later or not. Yes. Well, hopefully so. Just coin designs and history and learning about geography is so important. So great job, Wicked Sticky Flowers. $2 bill. Thank you so much. You're new here, and I appreciate that. Very kind of you. A $10 super chat. Well, I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I will do push-ups tonight. Unless you say otherwise. But I'm going to go ahead and do them for you. Every dollar that's usually donated via super chat, I do one push-up or exercise. Every dollar donated via PayPal, friends and family, I do 2. So let's do your 10 push-ups. Thank you, sir. All right, let's see here. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I haven't actually even exercised in about a week, so I need to get the blood flowing again some way. But anyways, all right, let's see here. Thank you, $2 bill. Thank you so much. Good to see some new folks here. That was great. Very cool. All right. Wait a minute, says here. A big refiner is not buying 90% or 80% of scrap alloy mixed. All of a sudden, dealers starting to offer only around 50% for junk or not buying at all. Price offered for $9.99 is now based off of futures price and not current spot. Anybody? Well, that's backwardation. But honestly, the refiners have been under strain for a while now. It's just they're making more and more announcements right now of that happening. Check Stacker. Thank you so much for 5 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Very kind of you indeed. Let's give you 5 push-ups for that. Very kind of you, sir. From Check Stacker. All right, there we go. All right, let's do it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. Thank you, Check Stacker. Appreciate that. Mr. Silver Eagle is here. Welcome. Good to see you. And let's see here. Thank you for keeping us updated. Well, thank you, Lisa Anderson. I'm honored and humble that you are watching and here. It means a lot to me. Appreciate all of you guys. Mike Spokane on this video from this morning says this. Anyone have thoughts on this scenario? Spot price at 50 and futures is at 47.67. And reputable local dealer offered silver rounds of 48, including their 50-cent premium. Seems too good to be true. Yeah, no, they're doing that. They're offering, my local coin shop's offering in between the two prices too. It's crazy. A $2 bill has just signed up to become a honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Wow. Very kind of you indeed, sir. All right. Let's see. And let's see. Okay. Martinko says, you are my go-to number 1. First video I watch. Well, I'm honored and humbled. I appreciate that. I have your mug. You have enhanced my vocabulary. I'm making money hand over fist. Thank you for your hard work. I'm aware that it takes some work to put out a daily video. Well, Martinko, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. However, I hope that you're not attributing all of your money making to me. I hope I inspire you just to save. I'm not really about helping people make money. I'm more about helping people preserve the money they already have by transferring it from one form to another. But nonetheless, I do appreciate it. And remember that even if the price of silver falls, it falls back some, you've got yourself something of value over the long course of time. And to me, that is worth more. There's more to silver than just its price. So that's one of the greater messages I want to send out. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. And let's see here. We got Jesse Gomez. Says here, if all stackers did this even on a small scale, it would awaken more interest from the public in general. The reality is that many silver stackers are private about silver stacking. That's true. And I actually had to be very careful. This person that I saw was not somebody that I was really even acquainted with a whole lot. Just met them there, and it's not somebody that is near me or around. but I just felt the compelling to do it. But you're right. You got to be careful with that stuff too. Think about your security, which is why I do it few and far between because of that. But all right. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. And we've got this from Dutch, TR Dutch. Says this. I have 600 silver dimes in my stack. I'm intrigued with the idea of giving one away to a waiter or waitress with their well-earned tip and explain why this dime should be cherished. Thanks for the idea, Sal. Great. All right. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. You got a good number of dimes in your stack indeed. That's wonderful. All right. Let's see here. Let us press forward here to the next comment from Bill Button. Let's see here. Just because they tell you your silver's acting this way because I already told you the reason, but you don't want to believe me, really just takes a little bit of research out. All right, yeah. Bill Button, I know we've gone back and forth about a number of different issues, but Bill Button finds conspiracy in pretty much anything and everything. But anyways, when are you going to meet up to do a full stack review? Well, Zephiel, I've got several full stack videos out, including a tungsten full stack video. So check it out. Just search tungsten full stack, silver and gold. Vegas Stacker, thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. All right, very good. All right, thank you, Lisa Anderson. I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Thanks for popping in tonight. Appreciate you. And we've got Tonewall says here, what do you think will happen to the spot price if added to the critical minerals list? I don't think it'll have as big an impact as some people may think. I know it's not going to hurt the silver price, that's for sure. But I don't think it's going to cause it to skyrocket much from here. But I do think it will have some impact because of the supply constraints that are underlying it, the supply-demand fundamentals. And if I need to check and see when that's going to be added. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. All right. Carrie Tarrant says, this has got to be a crazy year for PMs indeed. I feel next year will be just as crazy, if not more. It is my plan for the future. If there's a deficit of silver every year, you would think the refiners would be processing more and more of it. Yes, but the thing is the refiners, there's reasons why they're overloaded. And that's one of the reasons why they stopped, because they got so much. I mean, there's an influx of it. There's a silver glut. There's a glut of silver in some aspects of the market, and there's a deficit silver in other aspects. Let's take a look at this scammer. Hello? Hello? Hello.
Hey, my name is Michael with Senior Benefits on a recorded line. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you today? Oh, he hung up on me, that son of a biscuit. And it wasn't it wasn't one of those automated things either. That was a real guy. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, and let's see. Richard Metcalf says, I don't quite understand why they won't refine 925, 90, etc. And 1 ounce bars of 99 silvers in one refinery when demand is up. Well, and I think it's because they were just overloaded. But it takes a lot longer. I talk about it more in tomorrow's video, Richard Metcalf. I go in more in depth on that. Anyways, very good. All right. That's right. Let's see here. Willa says, with the refineries restricting what they are taking in, it sounds like it could be a buyer's market. Indeed, it is. That's why Constitutional is such a great buy right now. I'm a big proponent of Constitutional. It's a good time to buy a Constitutional silver. All right. And let's see here. Trevor Perry, I was told only 200,000 people invest in silver. How can only 200,000 stackers sell as much silver that the refiners have followed buying? Well, Trevor, I think you've I don't know where you got that number, but I don't know that I would go off of that number. I'm sure it's a lot more than that. There's 350 million people in the United States, and probably about 1% stacked silver, which is much more than 200,000 people. I'm pretty sure if my math is right. Very good. That's right. Charlie Kirk is still alive, everybody. He's out walking around the streets. You just don't know it. The only reason why Charlie Kirk faked his own death, this is the conspiracy, is because he wanted silver medallions to be produced in his with his image on it. That was his whole reason for faking his death. I should know because I have one of those. I haven't shown you yet, but I'm part of the conspiracy. I'm the one that gave him that idea. That's right. Exactly. That's why he faked his own death. It's ridiculous. Some of these conspiracy theories are just ridiculous. Absolutely laughable. Like 9/11 was an inside job. That's another one that's just ridiculous. In pretty much every single way, it's ridiculous. Every single way. Frank Garcia, I like to hear that they're not melting our history, and if there's a glut, we can buy 90% lower than spot. Yep, that's right. It just depends on where you're at. Some markets, they're a little bit lower than spot. Some of them are at spot and everything. But yes, all right. Cutter says, nice. Also picked up the 2025 Navy Privy ASC proof today at the U.S. Mint drop. Sold out in less than 4 hours. Wow, that's crazy. Sold out in less than 4 hours. Yes, indeed. Elvis is alive. That's right. Elvis is alive. Sure is. He's alive and well in New Orleans. Good to see Eli. Good to see you. Way deep inside is here. Bozo is here. I have been trying to understand the logic behind the differences in COMEX and Kitco prices for silver. Gained some insight from video today. Thank you. That's right. Yeah, COMEX uses, I think, some of the, I don't think they report as often, and it's futures, COMEX futures prices. All right. All right. Let's see here. We've got Steve Seeger says, so I figured out the AI Atlas alien ship thing. The aliens are pissed because we paid them in treasuries and default on them. Now they want our gold. There you go. There's another one conspiracy. That's exactly right. Gene LaFevers is here. Good to see you. Sabinator. Sabinator says this. Now, hey, Sal, how come there's always a 5-cent gap between the ask price and the high? When the ask price gets to be the high, when it refreshes, the high shoots up 5 cents. I don't understand what's happening. Is that some sort of skimming or futures or what? Well, I think I don't know what the ask price and high is. It depends on where it is. I think it's just a matter of how the numbers report. They're off kilter by a little bit. And, for instance, here, 5117 also could be the bid number, because there's 12 cents difference between the bid and ask price. But anyways, I don't know. But anyway, that's right. Yeah, I'm wearing you got to wear a mask so I don't get you guys sick. That's right. Exactly. That's another conspiracy. They said that mask would be effective. The mask turns out to be especially for COVID, turned out to be almost completely ineffective. Almost completely. Had some very little efficacy to wear a mask. In fact, it did more harm than good. The whole mask thing was crazy. And that was a government-backed conspiracy theory with no science backing it up whatsoever. It's crazy. That's right. And the earth is flat. That's right. It's the plane of my existence. I'm a part of the Flat Earth Society. I've got contacts in the Flat Earth Society across the globe. It's brilliant, beautiful. All right, let's see here. Robert Blakely, wouldn't be surprised if next year it runs away over $100 an ounce and then runs into quadruple digits. Yes, it would be. Well, we'll see. If things continue the way they're going now, that is a possibility. If things intensify and get worse. All right, let's see here. The Earth, the Earth actually, The Earth is not an A cup, folks. The Earth is not an A cup. It is a double D. And the reason why it's a double D, because if you take two of the cups and put them back to back, it creates, wait for it, an oblate spheroid. That's right. That's why the Earth's cup size is a double D. That's right. Mike Spokane. I bought physical silver rounds today for $48 from a very reputable local dealer. It seemed too good to be true. Under spot, the price is based off futures and not today's spot price. Does anyone have thoughts on that? Sal, I watch every video you make and look forward to your live events. Thank you, Mike Spokane. And that's wonderful. If they're pricing it off the futures market, but I tell you what, most bullion dealers are still going to have higher prices, even though they supposedly use the futures market. Their prices should be lower. So that's crazy. I don't know. Anyways, let's see here. All right. That's right. Yeah, your exhaling is not filtered. That's right. It's FIL. That's right. All right. Let's see here. Littlefoot. This is the one thing I was wanting. I hope this was made because of the comment I posted this morning. Well, I must have missed your comment this morning, but I'm glad I was able to oblige this evening. Thank you, Littlefoot. Nickel Stacking says, so when do they freeze the silver market? When do they freeze the gold market? They will, but at what number? Well, I don't know that it's ever been frozen. That would be unprecedented. And I don't know what that would entail. There's so much complexity in the silver market. There's always going to be some portion of it that's going to be active in one way or the other. All right. Very good. And let's see here. Rad Rob says the excitement is building up in the precious metals market, and soon there may be a stampede when the general public comes into the market. Yes. All right. It very well could be. I think it'll be very interesting to see what will happen as the price goes up and the public gets wind of what's going on. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, very good. Let's see here. Eric says this. I stopped by 2 LCSs yesterday. Or yesterday and this morning. So this morning and yesterday he was at the shops. They said they are now using the futures price. It's about $2 less than Kitco. Apparently most of the refinery silver is going to the COMEX, so it makes sense to use the futures price. I don't plan on selling any of my silver, but it's a little disconcerting that dealers are reluctant to buy it without a significant discount. Does it have value if you can't sell it? No, you're right, and it depends. That's the crazy thing about the market. The market is just, it's going to be very volatile. Even with spot price going up, it's going to see volatility. All right, very good. Thank you, Littlefoot. Appreciate that. Yep, I'm going to try to take care of myself. Yes, indeed. I actually slept pretty good last night, but anyways, let's see here. I just got to get through this sore throat. It's mostly in my throat is where the problem is. Don't have a fever anymore, so that's good. Self-aware says this. They want the peons to be stuck with the constitutional silver, control the mines and large refineries while the silver will be in demand. 4.9s only. The peons can barter with junk silver, dirty pool. What would you expect? Yeah, but the thing is silver. It's recognized for sure, and I think it's I don't think there's any silver less valuable than any others in the grand scheme of things. There's something special about constitutional silver, I think. But yeah, the 3.9s fine stuff is great too. But anyways, all right. All right. Flubber ghosted. I'm betting it will blow past $50 now. That Tucker man opened his fat mouth again and tanked markets. Well, let me see. Did he tank markets? Hello, Urbash. Good to see you. Welcome, my friend. Let's see here. The markets. What are the markets doing? Yeah, Dow Jones Industrial is down big time. NASDAQ is down. Wonder what happened. I must have missed that. Probably why the dollar was down too. But anyways, I don't know what was said. I must have not. I was watching silver prices mostly. Cyber Curtain Twitcher. From what I've read so far, refiners are taking any purity of gold, but don't have the capacity to refine non-pure silver into 999. If silver continues to rise, I guess they might have to expand their business. Yes, that's right. They might have to, and they will. Sooner or later, something's going to happen there. They're going to have to. We're going to have to decide whether this is just a panic mode or if it's going to be something that's going to be new normal. New normal. Let's see here. John Knox says here, double top SmackDown Sunday. There look to be equal sellers and buyers today for gold and silver. For platinum, there were more sellers that have had an effect on palladium, dragging it down as well. Yes. All right. True that. It's crazy. All right. All right. Let's see here, folks. Probably not going to be able to last a whole lot longer here, but I'll keep going for a little bit. Very educational, thank you. Let's see here. Paul Lozano says here, maybe Constitutional will sell under spot if the refiners won't take it. I'll buy. And some of it that is already happening for sure. Liquid Electrum, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Sabinator. Good to see you guys. All right. Up, up, and away. That's right. It is going up like crazy. Shamalanga says, can't imagine how you guys that started long ago are feeling. Must be nice. It is nice. It is, I didn't buy a whole lot of silver at all when it reached almost $50 before. And I probably won't buy a whole lot now either. I'm going to wait and see how things settle to some degree. Just little bits in here and there. But, yeah. Sooner or later, something's going to normalize. But what that looks like, I'm not sure. Silver Billionaire has just signed up to become an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Silver Billionaire. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Hold on a second here. Scammer. Let's see here. Let me try to call the scammer. Come on now. What's happening here? Done. Let's see here. Hold on a second. All right, let's see here. David McKenzie, more like a smack up, Sal. The coffee will taste good Saturday morning. Yes, indeed. It sure will. Thank you, David McKenzie. Yes, indeed. That was a busy signal for the scammer, which means it wasn't a number. It was not a number. It was not a legitimate number. They text from different numbers, these scammers do. They're so scammy. I started stacking in June of this year. I'm holding for the long term, but the historic action has been exciting. Yes, pretty amazing. And good job. And hold on for the long term. That's what it's about, Devins. Good job. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Where are we at now? Sal, if you don't sell, you have like $4 million worth of silver. Yes. Well, not quite. No, not anywhere near that sign up. No, I'm a long way off from that. There's some others that stack in this community that have a whole heck of a lot more silver than I do. But anyways, Chris Aguilera, I sold my junk silver and bought Libertads. Okay. Yeah, all right. There you go. Okay. Let's see here. Bunny Man says, I hope that silver can maintain the mark and it continues to appreciate in the value that it is. The world is a mess. It's shown in everything. Sure is. It's crazy. It'll be interesting to see how it does over the next couple of months or weeks even. Now, isn't backwardation generally bullish for most commodities? I think both spot and futures prices will go above 50. It usually is. That's right. Silver Wolverine, good to see you. All right. All right, let's see here. Alan Roy did the same thing last week. Gave 3 billion coins to a family with 3 kids. Felt the urge to give some away when silver hit 47. Awesome job. Way to go. Richgar Bakix, who is going to buy the silver? You can't answer that. Well, there's a lot of people that are buying the silver. There's a lot of the people in this community who's going to buy the silver. I just did answer it. And local coin shops still buy silver. Maybe not for the price that they normally do, but they are still buying. All right. Have a good weekend, Sal. Thank you so much. Thomas Hammock says the 1,000,000-ounce deficit. He says they'll be buying anything they can get their hands on soon enough. Yes, but processing it is a different matter. That's what's happening here. Matt K, I went heavy on gold and silver this year. I know gold did well, but silver is moving. Indeed, over 70% increase this year. And all-time high nominally. It's just remarkable, amazing for silver. And I certainly did not see this coming. This soon, anyway. All right. Okay, let's see here. Have a good night, Jesse J. Appreciate you popping in tonight. Good to see more Skate the SAG actor. Fugurumi says this is going to make me be leery of buying junk in the future and push me towards 999. Well, I look at it as the opportunity because this is you buy it when most people aren't. Then you get really good deals on it. Because let me tell you something, during the Silver Squeeze 1.0, Constitutional Silver was selling for some of the highest premiums ever. It was a lot of demand for Constitutional Silver back then. So this is the time to buy it, honestly, folks. All right. Yeah, Silver Wolverine, somebody else to mention that too. Was that remind me? It's crazy how fast that sold out. I didn't get it because I got the Army one. And it's like, I don't think it sold out right away. I don't know what it's doing now, but I'm not really a big privy guy, but that's great. You'll be able to, if you got one of those, you'll be able to turn that thing around and sell it for profit if you really wanted to do that. All right. 1 MIG. I'm loving your videos because it's awesome to see the real size comparison to everyday objects. Gives me an idea before I purchase something. Well, that's cool. Great. And that's awesome. And thank you so much. Appreciate you checking that video out. Very kind of you. MCJ Chandler says, I've given away at least 100 maple leaves to family, friends, as I've even tipped a few times with them. Education is key. Holding a silver coin feels great. It sure does. It sure does indeed. Ruluza, man, thank you so much. $10. I bought a few ounces of gold. Feels good to hold buffaloes and Britannias. I've also bought some silver before the price increase and hope to see 3 figures for the next year. Yes, yeah, we'll see what happens. I tell you what, the way things are going now, if it continues, it is quite possible we could see it go up big time. We'll see here. That's right, Liquid Electrum. Big premiums on Silver Eagles back during that time too, as well. Yes, 45-50% premiums on Silver Eagles. Very good. All right, let's see here. Well, folks, here I'm probably gonna. Well, let me do one more comment, and I'm gonna probably say goodnight. My throat's getting a little bit strained. Let's see here. I went to my LCS today to sell off thousands of grams of sterling and was told they are buying at 90% of $10 back of COMEX. That works out the price in the 30s per ounce. I packed and went home, as did everybody else that was there to sell. They said that all the wholesalers are not buying at all. Therefore, the shops will just be stuck with the silver they normally sell as soon as they buy, like 925 sterling. That does not surprise me. We're going to probably see more of that, especially after what we just learned. So, yeah, that's what's going to be happening. Yes, indeed. Whiskey Chill, what is your better buy right now, gold or silver? I would say probably silver is still a better buy. Gold is at an all-time high when adjusted for inflation by any measure. Silver still has room to move in that area. But keep in mind, before you buy any silver, we are in a very unusual time. We are it's another anomaly in the silver market that's happening, really intensifying in the last month or two. That is what has led to silver's price moving up. And So keep in mind that once that anomaly normalizes, then we may see a pullback. So if you buy it, there's a little bit more risk there. And gold obviously is in somewhat the same situation. That's 3 or 4 years in a running, and that's central banks buying it like crazy. So that's what I want to caution you about with both silver and gold. Gold is a little bit more, there's a little less risky in some instances, but anyways. But yeah, thank you so much, Whiskey, and thank you, Jamie Foxx. Okay, let's try this scammer. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Hello, say
Hi,
something.
this is Stephanie. I'm calling you from American Benefits on a recorded line. How are you doing today?
Okay.
Based on our records, you may qualify for the state-regulated final expense insurance plan. That's going to cover 100% of your funeral, burial, and cremation expenses. Now, are you between the ages of 40 and 80?
I am.
All right, just a second. Let me get one of the specialists over the phone to give you the quote.
Oh, dang it. These automated messages, and they go there and then it hangs up. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Dang it. Yep, I hate. And see, the thing is, if I talk during that recording, it's going to hang up. It happens. So I have to listen to the recording. I can't interrupt it, or else it hangs up. Of course, it hung up anyways. But anyway, so if silver can stay in price discovery for the next fib level, level will be $60. And what gold did, and if it does, what gold did is doing is at $149 by the 3.618 Fibonacci level. We'll see. That could play out. Technically, we'll find out. All right. Okay. All right, folks. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys tonight. And I'm going to try to rest my voice a bit here, because I got to get work on other stuff happening and everything. But you guys are great. Appreciate you so much. We'll all be here on Sunday night for the Market Watch, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again for your kindness and for putting up with my voice tonight. You guys are amazing. Keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care.